Have you ever felt tired of trying? Like you've done everything right. You've worked hard. You've prayed. You've waited. But the door just won't open. You keep asking, when will it be my time? Why isn't anything working? Did I miss my chance? If that sounds like you, I want you to know you're not alone. We've all been there, staring at closed doors, wondering if we're on the wrong path, questioning if we'll ever walk through the right one. And the worst part? It's not the failure. It's the uncertainty. Not knowing what's next, not knowing why it's not happening, not knowing if God even hears you. That space between what was and what's next, that's the hardest place to be. But hear me now. Just because nothing is moving doesn't mean nothing is happening. Think of a seed in the soil. You water it, you care for it, but for a while there's nothing, no sign of life, no growth. But under the surface, it's changing, it's preparing, it's getting ready to break through. That's you right now. You may not see it, but something is shifting. Something is moving in silence. And that closed door? It's not rejection, it's redirection. But we're human. We want answers. We want control. And when we don't have it, we panic. We worry. We worry we're running out of time. We worry we made the wrong choices. We worry we're falling behind. And worry becomes a heavy chain, one that keeps you stuck, even when God is trying to move you forward. But listen closely. Worry is just a sign that you've forgotten who's in control. You're not walking through life alone, and your future isn't being decided randomly. There is a plan, there is a purpose, and most importantly, there is a door with your name on it. You don't need to knock on every single one in desperation. You don't need to chase every opportunity out of fear. Because what's meant for you, what's truly yours, will find you even if you feel lost right now. Let that sink in. Take a deep breath. Let go of the pressure to have it all figured out. You are not behind. You are not late. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. But here's the part most people miss. Closed doors are not failures. They are signals. Sometimes God closes a door because He knows what's behind it. He sees what you can't. He hears conversations you're not in. He knows hearts you cannot read. And when He says no or not yet, it's not because He's holding something back. It's because He's protecting what's ahead. So the job isn't to break through every door. The job is to walk with trust. Trust that the right door will open when it's time. And what about the silence? Those long, lonely seasons when it feels like heaven has gone quiet. Let me tell you something. Silence doesn't mean absence. Delay doesn't mean denial. When a teacher is silent during a test, it doesn't mean they're gone. It means they've already prepared you. Now it's your turn to trust what you've learned. In those quiet moments, God is still working. You may not hear Him, but He hears you. He sees every step, every tear, every act of faith when it would have been easier to quit. So if you're standing in front of a door that hasn't opened yet, don't walk away in frustration. Don't let the waiting steal your peace. Don't let the unknown shake your purpose, because the door will open. Not just any door, your door, the one that leads to the place you were always meant to go. Until then, hold the vision, keep the faith, and stop worrying, because God already knows which door is yours. Sometimes we look at our lives and wonder, is this really how it's supposed to be? We feel stuck. Things aren't going as planned. Doors aren't opening fast enough, and suddenly we start to question everything. But what if the problem isn't the plan? What if the problem is our perspective? Because the truth is, you don't need to understand the plan to trust the one who made it. Think about this. When you use a GPS, do you know every turn before you start? Number. You follow step by step, trusting that it's leading you to the right place. You don't stop driving just because you haven't seen the destination yet. That's how life works, too. You don't need all the answers now. You just need enough faith to keep going. Here's something powerful. God's plan for your life is bigger than the dream you're chasing. Yes, bigger. Because He sees the full picture. You see the moment. You see the pain, the delay, the rejection. But God, He sees the purpose behind it. He's not just preparing the destination. He's preparing you for the destination. That job you didn't get, it wasn't your door. That relationship that ended, it wasn't your future. That opportunity that passed, it wasn't your path. Rejection is not always the enemy. Sometimes it's the redirection you didn't know you needed. But we often try to rush the process. We think, If I just work harder, try more, push further, then it will happen. But some doors aren't meant to be forced. Some doors are meant to find you when you're ready. When the timing is right, God will make it happen, not you. You're not behind. You're not being punished. You're in the middle of the plan, and you're not supposed to see it all yet. Think of a puzzle. You only see a few pieces, but God sees the whole picture on the box. And yes, it's hard to trust when you're tired. It's hard to believe when you've been waiting. But what's the alternative? To carry the weight alone? To stress over what's already being worked out? Let that go. You don't need to carry the burden of figuring it all out. That's not your job. Your job is to show up with faith. Your job is to do what you can and leave the rest in God's hands. So if it feels like things are falling apart, maybe they're actually falling into place. If people are walking away, maybe God is clearing the room for better people to enter. If doors are closing, maybe He's guiding you to the one that was always meant for you. God's no is not a rejection. It's a redirection toward your yes. You may not understand the delay. You may not see how this will work out, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to trust. And trust doesn't mean sitting still. It means walking in peace even when you don't have control. It means saying, I don't know what's coming, but I know who's leading me. It means waking up every day, not with anxiety, but with expectation, knowing that even this pain, this silence, this season is part of something bigger. And when the time is right, the door will open, the opportunity will arrive, the answer will come. Not because you forced it, but because you trusted the plan long enough to grow into the person who could receive it. That's the secret. You're not waiting on the world to change. You're being changed for the world you're meant to step into. So stop panicking. Stop asking, why me? And start saying, use me. Because you're not forgotten. You're being crafted, molded, strengthened, prepared. And the plan? It's still on, even when you feel off. Hold on to this. The path isn't always clear, but the purpose never changes. Stay faithful, stay hopeful, stay you. Because God already knows the ending. He just needs you to trust the journey. We live in a world that says, hustle harder, push through, make it happen. But what if I told you that not everything in life is meant to be forced? Some doors don't open because we push hard. They open because we wait in faith. And yes, I know, waiting is hard. It feels like doing nothing. But waiting in faith is not the same as waiting in fear. Faith is not passive, it's powerful. Faith is choosing peace while everything around you is uncertain. But here's what most people get wrong. They think that if they're not constantly doing something, they're falling behind. So they rush, they panic, they try to control everything, and when things still don't work, they feel like they've failed. But in reality, they were never meant to force that door open, because you can force a door and still walk into something that was never yours. And then what? You find yourself in a place that doesn't fit. You end up exhausted, confused, wondering why it doesn't feel right, all because you didn't wait for the door that was meant for you. Here's a truth worth remembering. When God opens a door, it won't feel like a fight. It will feel like peace. Yes, there may still be challenges, but you won't have to beg, chase, or break yourself to earn what was already written for you. Your job isn't to chase. Your job is to prepare, to grow, to heal, to trust, to walk with grace. Imagine holding a key and running from door to door, desperately trying to open each one. That's what forcing looks like. It's exhausting. But when you trust the process, the right door will unlock at the right time without all that struggle. Because faith is not lazy. Faith is active in a different way. It looks like waking up and choosing peace. It looks like showing up even when no one claps. It looks like praying when you don't see results. It looks like believing when your eyes still see nothing. The world will always say, do more, move faster, make it happen. But your soul needs stillness. Your spirit needs surrender. Because some blessings aren't built through force. They're released through trust. If you keep pushing at the wrong door, you might miss the one God's holding open. And what God opens, no one can shut. You don't have to compete for it. You don't have to earn it through fear. So the next time you feel like forcing something, stop. Ask yourself, am I chasing this from fear or moving from faith? If it's fear, let it go. If it's pressure, walk away. If it's draining you more than it's building you, that's not your door. Your job is to stay ready, to stay in alignment, to let go of the need to control everything and trust that what's yours will always find its way. Because, listen, there's a huge difference between working hard and forcing things. Working hard means being prepared. Forcing means you're scared. Working hard means you're planting seeds. Forcing means you're digging up the soil too early. Faith says, I'm doing my part, and I trust God to do the rest. That's where peace lives. So today, choose faith over force. Don't chase every door. Don't fight every battle. Not everything is meant for you to control. What's yours is protected. What's yours is guided. What's yours will open, not through fear, but through faith. Because the door God has for you, you won't need to knock it down. You'll just walk through it when it's time. Let's take a moment to be honest. We all want the door to open now. We want the breakthrough, the answer, the opportunity right now. But what if that delay you're facing isn't a denial? What if it's preparation? Sometimes the door isn't late. You're just early. Think about this. If someone gave you your biggest dream today, could you handle it? Would you be strong enough, disciplined enough, grateful enough? Many times, the delay isn't about the door. It's about you. God isn't just working on the opportunity. He's working on who you need to become to step into it. That's why it takes time. A door may look good from the outside, but if you're not ready for what's behind it, it can destroy your peace. It can distract you. It can even damage you. That's why God waits, not to punish you, but to protect you. Because when you're truly ready, you won't have to force the door. You'll just walk through it. Have you ever looked back and said, now I see why that didn't work out? That's what clarity after waiting looks like. In the moment, we don't get it. We feel like we're being ignored. But later, we realize we were actually being loved. Loved enough to not be rushed. Loved enough to be refined. If God gave you everything you asked for when you wanted it, you'd miss what you needed to grow. Think about the seed in the ground. You don't see it growing, but that doesn't mean nothing is happening. Under the surface, roots are forming. It's getting stronger. It's preparing to break through. You are that seed. You may feel buried right now, hidden, unnoticed, stuck. But maybe you're not buried. Maybe you're planted. And when the time is right, you'll rise. So don't fight the quiet season. Don't hate the waiting. Use it. Let it shape you. Let it humble you. Let it build something deeper in you that success never could. Because when that door opens, it won't be for the old version of you. It'll be for the new you, the stronger you, the wiser, more grounded, more faithful version of you. The right door is not just about timing. It's about maturity. It's about preparation. It's about alignment. God is not just watching the clock. He's watching your heart. The delay you're facing now is building the character you'll need later. So while you wait, ask, what is this season trying to teach me? Not, why is this taking so long? But, how can I grow in this? That shift in mindset changes everything. Let's be clear. Waiting doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing the right things while trusting God for the rest. You keep showing up. You keep becoming. You keep growing. And when the moment comes, the door will swing open without force, because you'll finally be ready. And when it opens, you'll realize the wait wasn't wasted. It was sacred. It made you who you are. And now you're strong enough to not just walk through the door, but thrive behind it. That's why we trust God's timing. Not because it's always fast, but because it's always right. So breathe. Stop worrying. Let go of the panic. The right door isn't late. It's waiting for the right version of you. And when you're ready, God will open it. Let's be honest. Rejection hurts. Whether it's a job you didn't get, a person who walked away, or a plan that fell apart. It stings. It feels personal. It feels like failure. But what if it's not failure? What if it's redirection? Rejection isn't always the enemy. Sometimes it's your protection. When something doesn't work out, our first thought is, what did I do wrong? But maybe that closed door had nothing to do with your worth and everything to do with your path. Because sometimes we're so set on our plan, we forget that God has a better one. Think about this. How many times have you been saved from something and didn't even realize it? That relationship that ended, it taught you strength. That job you didn't get, it led you to something greater. That silence, that delay, that no, it made you grow in ways you never would have if everything had gone your way. Rejection isn't a wall. It's a sign. It says, not here. Look over there. Let's flip the perspective. Instead of seeing rejection as a setback, start seeing it as a signal that says you're being moved, you're being rerouted, you're being redirected. Because here's the truth, you can't miss what's meant for you, but you can get stuck holding on to what isn't. So many people live in pain because they're trying to reopen a door that God already closed. Let it go. Let it go. Not because you're weak, but because you trust that there's a better door ahead, one that fits you, one that was built for you. God is not rejecting you. He's repositioning you. He's leading you out of what's good so He can bring you into what's best. That takes trust. That takes maturity. That takes letting go of the need to understand everything right now. Imagine walking through life like a maze. You reach a dead end. You feel frustrated. But in truth, that wall isn't there to hurt you. It's there to guide you. That's what rejection is. A wall with a whisper. Not this way, child. This isn't where your blessing lives. And just beyond that wall, a door. Your door. But you only find it when you stop banging on the wrong one. We've all been in seasons where we begged for something to work out. We cried. We questioned. We tried to force it. But looking back now, you see it clearly. That no saved you. It grew you. It cleared the path. It made space for something greater. So if you're facing rejection right now, don't fight it. Feel it, but don't stay in it. Remind yourself, this is not the end. It's a detour. It's a pause. It's a divine redirection. Every no you get in life is guiding you to a deeper yes, a yes that fits your soul. It may take time. You may not understand it right away, but soon you'll see the beauty in it. You'll see that rejection isn't a curse. It's a gift in disguise. So today, release the weight of what didn't work out. Stop asking why the door closed. Start asking, where is God leading me next? Because He's not done. He's not punishing you. He's preparing you. And the moment you stop chasing what wasn't meant for you, you make space for what is. Let rejection be your redirection. Let it shape you, not break you. And keep walking. Because the right door is still ahead, waiting for the moment you finally stop looking back. Take a deep breath. Let go of the tension. Let go of the panic. You don't have to chase, force, or beg, because what's meant for you is already on its way. Yes, you heard that right. What's yours is coming. We spend so much energy trying to make things happen, running, comparing, overthinking. We try to control every detail. But here's the truth. You don't need to manipulate your way into your blessing. You need to align with it. Because when you're becoming the right person, your door will meet you where you are. You don't chase purpose. You grow into it. What's for you? Your calling, your breakthrough, your peace. It's already set aside. Your job is not to find it in panic. Your job is to prepare for it in peace. Because when it's time, it won't just come knocking. It'll open itself. It may not come when you want it. It may not look how you expect. But it will come. That opportunity, that right relationship, that open door you've been praying for. If it's meant for you, nothing can stop it. Not the delay, not the detour, not even you. There's something powerful about living with that kind of faith. Not blind faith, but steady, grounded, peaceful faith. Faith that says, I don't have it yet, but I know it's coming. I don't see the full path yet, but I trust the one who does. Think of it like this. A seed doesn't need to see the sun to know it will grow. It simply rises because that's what it was meant to do. You too are designed to grow, to rise, to reach your moment. You were never meant to live in fear or confusion. You were created with purpose. So don't let temporary silence fool you. Your story isn't stuck. It's still being written. What's yours is coming. Not through stress, but through surrender. Not through pressure, but through peaceful progress. And when it comes, it'll make sense. You'll understand the waiting, the struggle, the setbacks, because you'll see it all led you here, to the right door, at the right time, in the right season. So if today feels quiet, if your prayers seem unanswered, if your heart is getting tired, hold on. You're not forgotten. You're not lost. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be, becoming who you need to become, so you can receive what's already yours. God's promises don't expire. What's meant for you is still yours, and it's still on the way. Trust that. Rest in it, and keep showing up, because someday soon that door will open, and you'll walk through it. Not in fear, but in faith, because what's yours was always coming.